Yo, what up, guys? Listen, I'm back with another video, and I want to talk about something so important. I want to talk about family. I want to give families some tips. 5 tips on how families can fix their credit together, right? One thing that we haven't learned when it came to COVID-19, being in this pandemic, people losing jobs, quitting jobs, getting laid off from jobs, things like that, catching COVID, not being able to work, kids being home, is that when it comes to finances, we want to make sure we are tight. We want to make sure things are together, guys. So I'm going to really kind of break down certain things that may seem obvious, but let's get right into it, all right? Now, 5 tips that's going to help fix your family credit. Number one is teaching your children, right? Even if you don't know much about credit, you know that bad credit isn't good, right? Kids ask for things all the time, right? So next time you're in the checkout line and you're about to use your credit card, use that as a good time to have a little lesson with your child, right? You have different games like Monopoly and things like that, right? That has fake money, teaches you about real estate. Do the same thing with your children because that is the next generation that is coming up. And a lot of us are simply just motivated by our children, right? So the first thing you want to do, man, start to teach your children about money and credit so that way, as they get older, they are familiarized with it, right? Now, it kind of ties into the same thing, but have a sit down, have a family meeting about finances when it comes to your family, right? When it comes to a mom and a dad, have those hard talks, have those difficult talks. You can even do something where you have once a month, you would have like a business meeting with your wife or with your husband in order to discuss certain things, right? In order to discuss finances, in order to discuss money, in order to discuss budgeting, in order to discuss credit, business credit, right? How are we going to improve, right? So having the conversations, really putting the word out there is super important, right? Just kind of bringing that type of energy into the air. Now, it brings us to the next thing, which is fixing your credit, right? Increasing your credit score is simply fixing your credit. So someone in the family has to say, no more bad credit, right? No more bad credit. We're tired of bad credit. Now, it's different ways to kind of fix your credit or improve your credit. And of course, we talk a lot about deletions, disputing items in your credit report, removing collections. But there's also things such as paying down debt, and focusing on those 5 credit factors that will also help you to increase your credit score. But guess what happens when one person in the family decides that they want to fix their credit? What do you think happened when the mom say, "Hey, I'm ready to fix my credit"? The dad says, "Hey, I'm ready to fix my credit." It starts to really, take effect and start to affect in a good way towards your family, towards your children, being able to sit down and have the conversation about it, right? So fixing your credit, man, and like I told you guys in previous videos, you can't go from bad to amazing, but you can go from bad to fair. You can't go from bad to fair, so you want to crawl before you can walk. You want to start with some of the small things, and education, right? Teach yourself, teach your children, because once one person, the head of the household, start to say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm ready to fix my credit. I'm ready to buy us a house. I'm ready to get us a new reliable car to take the children to school," then everyone else in the household is going to start to follow suit because they're starting to understand, okay, this is the way we are on. This is what we are doing, right? And I tell this to people all the time. Listen, if you really don't care too much about your credit, do it for your kids because it will benefit them in the long run, right? Now, lastly, if someone in the family, whether that's mom, dad, brother, sister, even a kid that may be over 18, has good credit, piggyback. It is the ultimate play. Like, I've literally had clients that have done this where, "Hey, I've added a spouse to my credit card and their credit score hey, my mom added me to her credit score and it went up. So it's literally what I like to call a superpower, right? Now, this person that has good credit has to have good on-time payments, keep a low utilization and things like that. But it is what I call a superpower because when you pass the ball, right? So this is the person with the good credit, right? The person with the good credit has a 720. Alright? So we're going to use, for example, let's say dad. Right? Let's say dad has a 720. Right? Mom has a 580. The children haven't built any credit at all. Right? Maybe dad didn't even know that a lot of companies you can add your child as an authorized user. Right? So dad has good credit. Mom has a 580. Right? Boom. Dad decides, okay, we gonna play the game, right? I got good credit, but now I want to use it. I'm gonna add mom to the credit card. I'm gonna add mom to the Amex card. Now next month, right, 30 days to report to the bureaus, mom's score goes up to 620. Okay, now she excited. Oh man, babe, what you told me at work, my credit score really went up. Make sure you leave me on a credit card, right? So now she's starting to see the benefit of being added to the credit. What do you think is going to happen once she starts to see her score go up just from piggybacking, right? Now, one person in the family has to have good credit in order for this to work. So literally, and this is the thing, you can add mom, you can add your kids, you can add your sister. Depending on the credit card issuer, some companies allow you to add up to 4 people on your line as an authorized user. Some companies allow you to add up to 10 people, right? So this one play by someone having good credit changes the whole dynamic and the whole trajectory. Because even if the person that has a 580 has collections or charge-offs and things on their credit report, by you adding that positive line, you are increasing their credit score, right? So like I said, we use the example, seeing that it's going to go from a 580 to a 620, right? Now mom's excited. She want to know what else she could do to start to get a score up more. Now she want to get another 40 points. Now she want to get to the 700 club, right? It takes one person, right? And that is the whole message in this particular video, guys. Fixing your credit as a family, educating yourself as a family, sitting down at the table, having financial discussions as a family. Couples go out all the time. Maybe even considering that, date night, but a good business conversation as well. But it has to start with one person, right? And then it's going to trickle down to your children. I've actually spoke to a kid about 10 years old that literally blew my mind when he started talking about capital gain taxes. He started talking about stocks. He started talking about interest rates in the market. And this kid was 10 years old. So it is very, very possible to teach your children. But we got to start the conversation. We have to start the conversation, and then we have to take action. Right? So we got to bring awareness. That's first. Right? That's getting the kids involved. That's sitting down having conversations at night, maybe during dinner time. Then the second thing is we got to have action. Right? And then our third thing is we want results. Right? We want results. We want to start seeing it. So even if no one in the family has good credit, once one person is able to build their score up, to good credit, they can still utilize the same play. They can still piggyback. They can still add you as an authorized user, right? So understand this. The housing market is going up. A lot of people want to buy properties and things like that, but you will not get very far without your credit. All right, so consider that, when you sit down tonight with your family, just bring up something about money. Bring up something. Ask your kids, hey, what do you know about credit cards? What do you know about credit? Just start the conversation somewhere in order to take action and then get the results. I'm gonna see y'all next time.